How you been, buddy?
Bit of head
Still
cold,
there?
but I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
So you've had a heck of a day, Mr. Darrell.
Yes, I have. Good thing I have high-speed internet, or I probably wouldn't be able to put up 2 videos in one day.
Yeah, I can't believe how quickly you can get videos up. That the Wild Camp Ramblings video that I posted the other day took 6.5 hours to upload. It was like, give me a break.
There we go. I got my picture up here now. Yeah, Jesus. Man, I was trying to figure out this thing, and I was getting pissed off, man. It's like always 25 minutes into it, and I can't even figure out how to do this crap. But I
Well,
noticed other people's lives chats. I don't know. It must be a Google thing or something like that. But I
yeah.
got me a Bill Gowdy Bush beer.
Bill Gowdy. Well, I'm gonna stick to the water for a little while. Let my cold medicines kick in here.
Have you ever tried Alka-Seltzer cold medicine?
That's what I'm taking, actually.
Oh man, that stuff rocks.
Yeah, that's the way to go. I love it. I swear by it.
Now, let's see if I can figure this out. Can you still see me?
I can still see you.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Got that. Let's get rid of this. Forgive me if I accidentally cut us off.
Oh, that's all right, man.
So how's the weather there?
Weather is awesome. This is like the nicest weekend that we've had so far this year. And of course, Thursday night, I come down with a freaking head cold. I missed half a day of work yesterday, but I went out. Actually, I went out today, so I was just going wicked stir crazy because it was just so beautiful. And I went on a nice hike, and I found you something, sir.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I did a little video on it,
Accidentally cut
and
us off.
oh, that's all right,
Oh,
man.
hold on. I have to put this thing on mute. Remember. Okay, now we're all good. You found me something?
Yeah, well, I had to go for a hike because it was just so beautiful, and I'm like, I don't care if I'm sick, I'm going on a hike, and I have a mission. I'm going to find Brother Darrell some chaga. So I just packed up a quick bag and grabbed my camera, and I went out and I found some, and I set up the tripod, and I talked about it, and talked about how it grows and what, kind of like what we had discussed the other day about, telling people a little bit about chaga and so on and so forth. And then then I pop it off the tree and bring it right over to the camera, and I realize I never hit record on the freaking camera.
That's
So,
great.
yeah, oh yeah. So, yeah, cold medicine prevails again. But, I brought it back here, and actually, I got the chunk right here, dude. See if I can get you a picture of this.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the way I rolled it off, dude, the birch bark, some of the birch bark stayed attached to it.
Oh, that's a 2 for 1.
Yes, sir, buddy.
Okay. I
So,
love it. I love it.
yeah, I brought it back here and I shot a little bit of video on how to make some chaga tea, and I talked a little bit about it, or what I rambled on about it. My monotone, I have a cold voice.
Yeah.
So if the video comes out all right, I'll put it up. But in any case, this coming week I'll stick it in the mail, and we'll have some more chaga to play with.
Well, I want to try to make tea out of it because I've seen people using it as tea, and
Yeah.
I want to try that. So, does it have any
Yeah.
medicinal?
It is absolutely loaded with. It's a super duper super powerful nature's medicine, and I talk about that in the video that I recorded a little bit. Now, I mean, a lot of the information I've just gotten off of the internet, but it's starting to be, chaga is starting to become more recognized in the Western Hemisphere. In the Eastern Hemisphere, Asia, Europe, places in Europe and stuff, they've been using it for centuries, and and it is really, really, really good for you. It has some super duper superpowers to it. So you'll be like super witch Dr. Daryl after you brew up some of that tea.
Yeah, I'll have all the trailer park people over here trying to have me fix them up. But did you watch the video on my unboxing for Fat Man's giveaway?
Yeah, I actually just caught it right before we signed on here.
You see, I almost cut my finger off.
Yeah.
I
I almost. That's funny.
I figured it out.
There it is.
See, I was trying to do it with my thumb on the one side, but you do it with a finger on the opposite side.
Aha.
But ain't that a beautiful knife?
Oh, it's wicked, dude.
Look look how thin it is. I mean, it's like paper thin, man. It's
Does it
sharp as hell.
does it feel like, does it have a good significant feel when it's in your hand? Like, how does it feel when you hold it?
Well, I mean, for an everyday use, I think cutting boxes or rope or whatever, this
Yeah.
is a pocket knife. It'd be great, or self-defense or whatever. I
Yeah.
mean, you wouldn't want to try to carve a bowl out with it or anything with the metal, but I mean, it is sweet. I
Yeah. That is wicked cool.
gotta
I
give him,
would-
I gotta give him props, man. He sent me all sorts of stuff, and he said that he's doing these videos for fun and everything, and I think he said his daughter got him into this, and he's just doing it for fun. But I tell you what, his videos are so entertaining to watch. I can listen to him ramble on all day.
Yeah, he seems like a really cool dude. I'm with you though. I have never had a spring assisted blade before, so that would be like a foreign object to me.
The Now, is your whole house a log cabin, or is there drywall and stuff in there too?
Well, the whole exterior wall, all the exterior walls are logs. Actually, here I'm actually out on the front porch in the shade, so see if I can get you. Like this is at my front door, or my porch door. I have like a farmer's porch. I can't really tell if that's getting any of that log. But yeah, they're main white pine log home, and there is drywall rooms inside, but it's built like a timber frame house, like a so you could take all the interior walls completely out of the house, and it would be freestanding. There's no structural supporting walls on the inside. It's all posted beam with logs. So we like the way that it's set up now, but now that we've been here for 8 years, we might end up remodeling a little bit of the downstairs in a couple of years when the daughter graduates from high school, which is coming up way too fast.
My youngest son, he's gonna graduate this year.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's gonna be 18 in October, and I try to get him out into the outdoors and everything, and we did a little fishing, a little hunting. It's just not his thing. His thing is sports and
Yeah.
chasing his girlfriend.
Hey, to each their own. That's
Yeah.
cool. Just support them with whatever they like. Be there and support them, right?
Yep. So I think Shane said he might. He said he'd see us here, hopefully.
Yeah, it would be awesome. I wanted to try and go out and send out messages about us being here tonight, but I wasn't sure that I was going to make it, so I would have felt like a real goofball if I had sent a bunch of people messages to be here and then not showed up. But
Yeah, and if I wouldn't have been able to figure this out, I'd still be sitting here being like, "What the hell's going on?" You know? Do you hunt?
I've done very little hunting, Daryl. A lot of my friends hunt, a lot of my family members hunt, but my father didn't. So, like, I have uncles that did, and acquaintances that did, but I never got into hunting. I
I
have I have lots of hunting rifles, crossbow, compound bow, recurve bow, but never brought them into the woods with the intention of capturing or attaining some game.
do you small game hunt or do any of that? Like a rabbits or squirrels or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I have done some of that, but anything that you need to get a hunting license and permit for, I haven't done any of that. And I will this year. This will be the first year that I go deer hunting. Um, a couple of friends of mine and my father, who now hunts, my brother-in-law, they all been bugging me for a couple of years to get my license, but I need to take the hunter safety course first. And every summer I say, all right, I'm going to take my hunter safety course, and I procrastinate, and then before I know it, it's deer season. Excuse me while I blow my schnozola.
Yeah. I I'm just trying to see. We got 3 viewers, it says. So
Yeah.
I don't know who's viewing. I got another window open, and it's the feed where it shows like the live feed or not the feed, but what you would see if you were scrolling down your feed.
Right on.
But
Well, I
you
know. Oh,
go ahead.
well, I was going to say the first time, excuse me, the first time that I was invited to a chat was by Mike the Bushcrafter and Around the Campfire series, which was very cool. And it took me a lot of effort to actually get on to the chat. My computer did not want to let me on, and ended up having to use Google Chrome to get onto the internet, and then I could go into Google Plus, and then I could get on the Hangouts and actually start the chat. But so I'm not sure if anyone else out there is having that same problem, but
There we go here. Oh, let's see. I'm using my phone for any messages. I wish that I was more savvy with computer stuff than I was, but like I said, this right here, I got this computer. I don't know, like a month ago or so, and it isn't my first computer.
oh really?
Yeah, and I've only had a smartphone for I want to say 3 years or something like that. I never just had that. I mean, so I'm kind of my kids pretty much showed me how to use everything.
Yeah, isn't that funny? Whoops, I'm shooting wood chips at my computer here.
So
Yeah, my daughter's my tech support. If I can't figure something out, I just ask her.
my
Ask
wi-
the 15.
my wife's middle son, he's my tech support on stuff. He if if I need something, learn how to do something, I send him a text and he can usually fix it. What you making?
I sent our good buddy Stan the Spyderco fork. I don't know if you saw that box opening that he did of that little package I sent him. But I was out here and I was carving away, and it was supposed to be a spoon, but then I ran into, like, I don't know if it's going to show up, but like this little knot right here. This is a piece of cherry that I got from a tree out back of my house. I ran into a little knot like that, and as soon as I started carving it and really removing material, it ended up being like a knot hole. It looks just like a Spyderco, you know, the little circle to flick the Spyderco open. It looks just like that.
Yeah.
And it was too, and the piece of wood was too thin to make a spoon, so I carved it into a fork for him. But I'm making him a matching spoon. But don't tell him, anybody. It's a surprise.
Yeah. He was wondering what that hole was, you know? I mean, he's like, I'm not sure if there's a reason for this hole, but, you know, I'm sure you.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't, I was just kind of out here whittling away, and it was the day before I was getting ready to send out his package, and I'm like, man, I gotta carve Stanley something and put it in the box for him. So this will be it. The old campfire chat carving.
Well, once we get this down and everything, well, once I try to figure out how to get it down, maybe we can do like a chat once in a while and just like catch up to speed on stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's very cool to be able to talk, you know, without having to type. I am the world's worst typer, especially on my phone, because I got these big fat sausage thumbs on the keyboard, and I'm constantly, you know, misspelling things, and I got to have the autocorrect on, and it's it's just a pain in the neck. But yeah, keep it in.
Randy Bussard says I'm here.
He is.
Yeah, Randy Bussard. I don't know. He probably comments on your stuff too a lot.
Yeah, he's been commenting on my stuff for a long time. I believe he said that he's kind of out there in the sticks, and I think maybe he might not have the bandwidth to actually do a live chat. That might be why he's not on. I seem to remember him saying that his internet wasn't great, and that's why he didn't do videos and stuff. But he's a cool dude. Awesome, Randy.
Yeah, Randy, thumbs up. I always see him. He's like the Michigan woodsman. He's commenting on everything, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I find it hard to, like, I try to keep up with everybody's videos and everything, but it gets to a point where, you know, you got stuff to do, you got chores, you got this, that, and everything, and then you want to upload your own video, and
oh yeah, it's impossible. I mean, I got a 5-year-old. That's like a second job right there.
you know, I do not envy you. I don't want a 5-year-old.
Yeah, it's the funnest time of my life, I'll tell you. But I'll tell you what. Oh, well, you know, after a long day of work and you're bushed and you're, you know, and I go and I pick him up at his you know, sitter's house, and he wants to play and he's all excited, and I have like everything I can do just to give him a good hour and a half before I'm like, I'm done.
Yep.
But it's awesome.
Mine, like my youngest, we went and saw Million Ways to Die in the West, and he's 12. So
Yeah.
probably wasn't an appropriate movie to go see him with.
I haven't seen the advertisement for that. Is it a? I don't have cable TV, so I'm TV illiterate.
The guy that did Family Guy. The guy that
Oh, gee.
starred in it and directed it, he's the one that created Family Guy. So
Enough said.
yeah,
I hear you. I
some real
understand.
inappropriate stuff in there for a 12-year-old.
Oh, Daryl's got a message. Man, I'm flicking wood all over my computer here.
Do you fish a lot? I mean, what kind of fish are in them streams?
Well, in the stream that I went to on my wife's family's property, there's little brookies and there's chubs. You know, and I mean, we're talking like, you know, the 6-inch up to, you know, maybe a good 8 or 10. But I guess they have not been biting. I just talked to Shannon's father and her uncle, and they've both been down there fishing, and they're just not biting. It's almost like they have kind of disappeared from the brook. So I wonder if they'll make it back upstream or not. But you know, when we go lake fishing, it's, you know, smallmouth, perch, obviously pickerel. Aiden actually caught his first largemouth bass. See if I can get this on here. Ice fishing.
Oh, I love ice fishing, man. I love it. That is a winter must-do here in Michigan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Same here. I mean, snowmobiling. You know, we have skiing and snowboarding mountains and stuff like that, but that's an expensive thing to do. But I can't get just the screen here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that or not.
Oh yeah, look at that bad boy.
Yeah, that's my screensaver. He pulled it up out of the hole. Now, mind you, he's only caught sunfish and some perch and stuff like that. He pulled that thing up out of the hole, and his eyes got about this big. He was like, "Whoa, what is that?" You know, 'cause the thing was about, I don't know, 14-inch. And he's like, I'm like, "Here, hold it so I can take a picture." And he's like, "I'm not touching that. It's got teeth. It's all slimy." Ah! Oh, it's so funny. The look on his face was priceless.
Do you
But
guys
yeah,
do you guys get the morel mushrooms there?
you know, I went out looking. A friend of mine that lives down the road, he is a mushroom maniac. He knows about all the different kinds of mushrooms, and he found some. I never even really knew about them until, you know, basically until I started watching YouTube, you know, a couple of years ago, on the bushcrafting, you know, at Wild Edibles thing, and I didn't even see a single one. You know, he got a pretty good pile of them. Is there a certain place that you want to look for where they grow?
You know when the dead elms slough their bark off? You have elm trees
Nope.
there?
No. Most of the elms in Maine died of Dutch elm disease.
Dutch elm disease, go figure, you know, what the hell's that all about?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know when Dutch elm disease struck Maine, but it struck, and it struck hard.
We
I think it was in
find,
like
or
maybe in the 60s.
we find them around the elm trees. They'll slough the bark off and everything, and usually the new death of the elm trees, I don't know, something with the spores. A lot of the big hardwood trees, you can find them around and everything. But I didn't get out too much this year, but all my friends and everything and everybody that I talked to, I mean, they found them everywhere. It was like a bumper crop this year, and I think
Okay.
I just kind of missed out on it, you know. We had my wife's father passed a few weeks back, and so it kind of slowed down our camping season because we would have been out at the lake camping and a dozen times by now since.
Right.
But we were going out Monday. We're going to do an overnighter on the lake, and then when we get back, I'm going to go pick up Gage, and me and Gage are going to backpack back to our creek spot and do an overnighter there. So
Oh, good for you, man.
yeah, I got 2 overnighters coming up, and I'm excited about that.
Yeah, definitely. So you don't typically get Saturday and Sunday off then?
I work 24 hours on Sunday. Um, I have Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays off, and I work 24 hours on Thursday. Then I got Friday, Saturday off, and then I work 24 hours on Sunday.
Wow.
There's an 8-hour shift thrown in Wednesday night. It comes out to be a 56-hour work week, but our station is like a house. It's got bedrooms and kitchen and living room, cable, recliners, all that good stuff. So
That's
when
cool.
we're not doing anything, it's just like sitting at the house.
Yeah. You guys ever play cards or anything?
I don't know. My partner is a big uh, video game geek.
Is he?
Well, and I say that in the nicest terms, but that's what he's about. He's got a channel, but it's all like the on-screen going through games and everything like that. So he
Yeah.
doesn't he doesn't get into a lot of the good stuff. He entered my contest, and I came into work the next day, and I'm like, really? You entered my 50 sub contest? I was like, I'll just give you some fish and shit.
Oh, that's funny. He was just showing you some love, man. How you doing with the no smoking thing?
Well, it break down a few times after my wife's father died and everything. It was there at the beginning. It was pretty stressful.
Yeah, I can appreciate that, man. Enough said on that.
He was a
Definitely.
good friend of mine, and I was just trying to support her and everything, and we broke down some, but I still, you know what? I still do the e-cig, and you know what? If you fall off the wagon, you just gotta climb back on. There's nothing else you can do.
It took me 4 tries, my good man.
Really?
Yeah, and that was over the stretch of probably about, oh geez, 3 years. I'd wean myself down, and for that 3 years, I probably only, I smoked maybe half dozen cigarettes a day. If I went out drinking on the weekend, I'd smoke a lot more, but I just slowly weed myself off them, and I'd quit for a month or so, and then I'd break down, and then the next time I made it like 3 months, and then the next time I made it 6 months, and once Aiden started getting to, I think it was when Aiden was about a year old, I finally had that like moment where I was just like, I have to quit. I cannot do this to my son. And and that was it. And that was December, about 4 years ago or so. It was the hardest thing I ever did, though, man. I gotta tell you, hats off to anyone that can quit it. It's the best thing. It's the best thing and the hardest thing you'll ever do.
Do you ever find yourself like wanting one? Like maybe if you're out at the bar or whatever, and you just get that. Do you still get that urge after 4 years?
No, after I would say within a year, the first year definitely, because a lot of my friends smoke, and obviously I had to take myself out of the situation of going to play pool or shoot darts or whatever, after work or on the weekends, just hanging out with the buds. I couldn't do it because the urge to smoke cigarettes was like, it was just way too tempting. So the first year, really tough. By the end of the first year, that like the smell of cigarettes started to be pretty displeasing. I can't say that I didn't still have the urges to smoke, but then, every year after that, it was less and less and less. After 2 years, I was like, no, I'm all done with cigarettes. I don't want any more. 3 years, I'm like, now it's like, ugh. So, I mean, and everyone's different too. Good buddy of mine that lives in Vermont, his father smoked for 50 years. We're talking like a 3-pack a day guy, and he took that Chantix, help quit smoking medicine. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, and he was able to quit smoking after 50 years. So,
See, I took that Chantix and I had such bad nightmares. I mean, they were like real nightmares. I used to wake up sweating and everything, and I was like, because that's one of the side effects and everything.
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, and I thought, well, it's a side effect. Everybody, there's side effects for everything. Doesn't mean you're gonna have them, but I took it, and then I was having like these horrible nightmares.
Yeah, that's no good. Can't have that, man. But, yeah, just keep plugging away at it. Hey, I got something to show you. I went for a hike today, Mr. Darrell.
Oh, yeah.
I got you a gift.
It's even got the birch bark still plugged on there.
Yeah. My wife and my mother-in-law are walking up right now.
Uh-oh.
I'm on a live video chat with the
Yay.
YouTube universe.
Hi.
Hello.
How you doing?
All right.
You talking to the universe? I am talking to the universe. I'm getting Aiden dry clothes.
Okay.
Did you bring any goodies home from the reception?
No, well, I brought a beer.
Ah, right on.
I'm getting your son dry clothes. I'm gonna go. All right, Mom, give me a hug.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.
Sorry about that.
It's life, It's life.
Yeah. Yeah,
I was talking to General Banner. We did like one of these, but it wasn't broadcast. It wasn't live or anything. And he was showing me how to do stuff. And he was talking about banners and stuff, how to get your YouTube channel up in like intros and stuff like that. And I love the YouTube thing, but
yeah.
I'm just happy where it's at. I mean, I'd never believe I met such great people doing this. Because it was just like you go on there and you watch videos about this, or it's like when my something breaks and you're not sure, you can get on YouTube and they'll show you how to fix it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Do you guys carry concealed carry in your state?
We certainly do, and I'm actually very active with firearms and concealed carry and training. Sorry, the mosquitoes are moving in because the sun's coming down now. I haven't done any videos or included it on my YouTube channel yet because I don't want to say I'm not comfortable doing it, but like my son is still a little bit too young, and he's been a real active part of the YouTubing thing, and that's not how I want him to learn about firearms and so on and so forth. So, I mean, I am definitely going to shoot some firearm videos, though, in the future.
Firearm video.
Yes, honey, you can shoot firearm videos, too. I got some awesome videos of Shannon rocking the AR.
You need a left-handed one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's right-handed, but she shoots left-handed. So.
Bye, both of you.
Have
So
fun.
yeah, bring home some good food for your hubby.
Yeah.
There's food in the fridge from the first party.
There's food in the fridge from the first party?
Man, how many parties you guys had?
Well, our very dear friend of ours, their daughter is just turning 1 today. Is their first. And so that was a big shindig, and I couldn't go because I was sick. And I called him up this morning. I'm like, dude, I am so sorry. I'm going to miss her first birthday. And he's like, come on, dude. It's all good. It's a 1-year-old birthday party. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but, you know, I was just wanted to be there and see everybody, see the friends, see the family and everything. But, yeah, she brought back a big plate of food from that. And then she rolled down the street to the graduation party, and they're barbecuing and everything. I can smell it. But gosh darn head cold. This like keeping me out.
You know what that kind of looks like to me? It
What's
looks
that?
like a canoe for a little G.I. Joe.
There you go. The G.I. Joe kayak.
G.I. Joe kayak.
Well, just keep working away out of here.
But I'm looking forward to your video on the CHAGA. I really am. That's, you know, I watched the other people do their unboxing and everything, and you could just tell a lot of us that don't have that growing in our area. It's not, you know, natural to us. So.
And that's the thing, you know, and when you said that earlier this week, I said, you know, that's true. I wasn't sure if Doug Piper Outdoors or Pennsylvania Shane or Deep South Stan had any idea what CHAGA was all about, or, you know, how to process it down or anything. So, you know, I went out there today and I shot a video. Of course, I talked about it, and I showed how it grows on the tree, and I showed how you pop it off, and I peeled it off with the bark on it and everything, and I go to give it a close-up in the camera, and I'd never hit record on the camera. So, in any case, I came back and I talked a little bit about it, but this is the piece that I'm going to send to you, my good man. I'm going to leave it intact just like this. But in the video that I shot today, if it came out all right, I'll post it, you know, in the next day or so. I talk about, like, you know, the health benefits and so on and so forth. But I mean, you just let this thing dry, and then you just take your saw and you saw it into pieces, and you can use the dust to make tea, or you can cut the little pieces in up and, you know, boil that in the water to make tea. But I mean, it is just loaded with super duper health benefits. It's incredible. Oop, I got saw wood chips all over me here. So yeah, hopefully you guys will learn something from that video of me rambling on with my cold medicine.
I shot a video, and it was when me and Gage were cleaning out our campsite on the creek.
Nice.
And one of the things that I cut out is I got out your little tin and everything, and I got the fat wood. And it was pretty much a similar video to, we were out there, we're going to start a fire. And it was pretty much similar to the one I just posted, and we were doing the shavings and getting some of the powder with the back of the spine of the knife and everything. And me and him were both just like with our ferro rods trying to get this shit lit and everything. And finally, but this was during, you know, I had to take a break from the family and everything because of everything that was going on. And we finally get it lit. Okay, we finally get it lit, and we're like, yeah. And then I go and I hit the little button on the camera after it gets lit and we start to get it going. And then after I hit it, Gage goes, "I thought you quit smoking, Dad." And I'm like, I said, like, don't give me a hard time, all this blah, blah, blah. Well, I never hit the record on when I was trying to start the fire. I hit the record when we were going back and forth about me having a cigarette, you know.
Oh, jeez.
I was like, oh, man, we did all that work to try to get this. It's not as easy as you think. It really isn't.
No, it takes a lot of practice, and you know, over the last several years, see, I'm kind of lucky because I heat with wood, so no, I can't say every single, but probably 75% of the wood fires that I started to heat my house all winter over the last 2 winters, I've started with a ferro rod.
Really?
So literally, like I don't want to say hundreds, but way over 100 fires I started with a ferro rod and birch bark and ferro rod and fat wood and ferro rod and whatever else, you know, dryer lint, you know, the Vaseline balls, the jute wax, you know, dipped in wax stuff. So, I mean, I literally have just hours and hours and hours of messing around with it to actually heat my house. So that really helped me out. But like in that video that I just shot for you, the Wild Ramblings one, where I take the birch bark and I just kind of grind the birch bark up, and all the little flakes are falling off onto another piece of birch bark. And those teeny tiny little flakes, you know, those are what catch up big time. And it's very easy to process that. So after you grind the birch bark down, you just set the bundle aside, and you light that, you know, just those little flakes with your fire steel, you know, and you know, two, 3 strikes at the most, and that thing's going. And then you just add the other birch bark and put that in the fire, and that's what I would do, you know, every time I needed to start a wood stove. So, my wife just found this. I gotta see if I can get it up on the camera.
Is it a 4-leaf or a 3.5 leaf?
No, it's a 4.
Oh, look at there! It is a 4-leaf. Wow.
Her and her mother, man, they can just look down at the ground, and in 5 minutes, they can find one of these. It's incredible. I don't know how many times I've seen them do it. It's like they can just home in on them. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, I'm gonna let this go for. We'll chat for probably another 10, 15 minutes or so, and then we'll cut it off.
Yeah, right on.
Keep it about an hour. I mean, I know when I look through stuff and I see these chats and they go for 2, 3, 4, 6, 8 hours, it's like it's almost sometimes it's deterring, and unless you're in the chat, you know. But
oh yeah, absolutely.
I think a shorter chat, people will be more apt to watch it.
Well, and it's kind of like you said before too. I mean, you get all these subscribers and people who are subscribed to you, and you want to watch their videos and support them, and before you know it, it's like it can almost be like a full-time job, which, you know, that's not what it's all about. But I'm going to ask your permission if I can do this.
Uh-oh. Keep your pants on.
Don't worry, you two. This will be G-rated. Look what I got in the mail today.
Oh, buddy. I know exactly what that is, because you got it in the mail and I got mine in the mail too.
In the same day, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah, so from the Netherlands. So we know who this is from. And I'm going to open it here on this chat. I just want to say, Mark, I'm wicked excited. And Dutch Knife Guy is awesome. And I won his 100 subscriber giveaway, dude. I was blown away when you texted that to me when I was out doing that overnighter. I mean, that just like totally blew my mind.
I saw a Leatherman there. Did you see a Leatherman?
Yeah. I mean, I really don't know what's included in the package, but I mean, there was like an enormous pile of stuff. And I actually texted Mark and I said, "Geez, Mark, you know, I'm so excited about winning this because I've never won anything before in my life." And I said, "But I don't deserve it. I don't, you know, like, is there anyone else that you think is more deserving, and he wouldn't have anything to do with it. He was like, no, Chris, it's yours. You won it fair and square, and I really appreciate your VR, and so on and so forth. But, you know, when I did his VR, I had just watched a couple of his videos, and I could just tell that he was a really cool guy. The one video where he talks about some old sentimental knives, one was his mother's and stuff, and just the story he told and the way he told it, like, inspired me to do a VR for his channel. So it was like I'd never even thought about winning. So it was just incredible to me, you know.
And you can always tell when Mark gets excited.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when he's excited, there's no mistaking that, you know. And he's getting kind of, as he would say, pissed off at thumbs down. I know who would thumbs down you? I mean, come on. If you don't like what you're watching, just go find something else to watch. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I got one on my 100 subscriber giveaway video too. I think it was obviously I pissed somebody off saying that it was closed to my current subscribers only, but you know, it's like, hey, whatever, you know, these are the people who got me here, and so on and so forth. But in any case, it says, Dear Chris, I wanted to send you a small token of my appreciation. I thought it would be fun sending you some Dutch food for you guys to try. I have sent 2 kinds of dry sausages. Hope you like it. That is pretty much our jerky. Also, I sent you some chocolate. That pretty much everybody loves with a smiley face. Yeah, who doesn't like chocolate? I'll tell you what. My wife, I'm going to have to hide the chocolate from her, or else I'm not going to see any of it. I also put in a roll of mints. These mints are classics here. They have been here for a very long time. Thanks for your friendship, Mark. Mark. It's awesome. I think anybody that knows Mark from YouTube definitely knows how awesome of a dude he is. Yeah, we got the now this guy right here on this package. He looks very proud of what he does. Oh man, those dry sausages look good. Oh wow, that knife is pretty killer. There's a knife in the box too.
You know, he sent me a message and he says that sometimes they'll boil that.
Really?
Yeah.
To rehydrate it?
Yeah, or something. He says it doesn't smell quite right when you do it, but he said trust him that it's good like that. But
well, hard salami and like Genoa salami and that type of stuff, that's my favorite sandwich meat, so I know I'm going to love that. I'm going to groove on that for sure. And then we have the sticks. Like Shane said, look at me, I'm very happy to be eating the sausage.
oh, that's great, man. That's great.
Mark, this rules, man. You're awesome. Oh, wow. There is a lot of chocolates in there. Some
yeah,
delicious...
that's what I'm going to have to hide from my wife.
Yeah. Delicious Dutch chocolates. Ugh. Sorry, my nose is running here. And some more chocolatey goodness. Man, I wish I knew how to say thank you in Dutch. Dankeschön, is that? No, that's German, isn't it? I don't know. Looks really good, though. And then some peppermints. Oh, maybe this will help me with my stuffy head. Awesome. Well, thank you for letting me share that, Daryl. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'm going to have to put this like in the comments or the title, edit this, and so, you know, you can see. Maybe I'll just send him a message and tell him to watch the whole damn hour. Yeah, I'm sure he will, you know.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't like we had any great epic conversation, but Mark is definitely one of the most genuine, generous, nice guys out there, and that's awesome. It's very cool that he did that for all of us.
I think I know why he sent you the package, though.
Why is that?
I think it's because of that Dutch disease that wiped out all your elm trees.
Yeah, that's right, Mark. You and your Dutch elm disease.
You know, we're just joking, buddy. We're just joking.
Yeah, that's okay. I have something in store for Mr. Mark. He's going to have to be patient with me, but yes, there's something in store for you, Senor. That is awesome.
I sent out 2 packages when I sent out my winnings for Mr. Scooty.
Yeah.
I sent out Mark a package. He knows it's on its way, but who knows? It could be. When he told me he was sent something in the mail for me, I think that was a couple weeks ago. So it takes a good couple weeks or so plus to get there.
And that package from Mark was delivered to your house today?
Yes.
That is incredible. Because, like, as far as geography is concerned, Maine is much closer to the Netherlands than Michigan, and we both got our package on the same day. That's kind of funny.
And Shane's over there on your side, and he got his like a few days ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's basically in the middle. He's in the middle of us two.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's crazy.
Well, it's definitely an awesome feeling to send out goodies in the mail and to get goodies in the mail. Like I said on that video, that rambling video, you know, just like being inspired to kind of spread the YouTube love out there, and it's so cool, the community that we're a part of. And so I almost sound like a broken record in every video that I make. I'm like this, it's like some kind of sappy thank you video, but it's just true. It's just the way you feel. It's tremendous. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I can't wait until Mr. Scooty. I can't wait till Scott and Mark get their packages because I want to see the unboxing. Because for me, that is like a lot of fun watching something that you give somebody and they're opening up and seeing it and everything. That is just so awesome, man.
Oh yeah.
Great.
I was when I opened up that box and that package that you sent me, the Giving Tree package. It was, dude, that was like the worst week ever for me at work. I was so stressed out all week long, and it was Friday, and the weather was miserable, and I'm just like, ugh, everything sucks. And I got home and like opened up the mailbox, took that package out, and saw it, and I was like, ugh. I just, like instantly rejuvenated me, and like going on that hike out there and going to open it up. I was just, it just made me feel so good. So, yeah, sending people, little tokens of thanks and so on and so forth is definitely one of my favorite things about YouTube. No doubt about it.
Now, the difference, I tried to go a different route and get my own box and send it over there.
Yeah.
Instead of the flat rate, because the lady at the post office said the flat rate would be cheaper, but it was like, it was actually just like only a 70 cents different. So you might as well send yeah, you might as well send that flat rate. What's 70 cents, Well,
I just sent a package to Germany, and I will tell you what, it is not cheap to mail things to Germany. I mean, it's all good, but I was just like, wow, that is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you use just the post office, right? 'Cause I wonder if like UPS or FedEx have better rates for international. You have to look into that.
Well, it only took like 3 days for the Fat Man's package to come, or somewhere around there. It was like really close, But is there
Where is he?
What's that?
Is he in Georgia?
South Carolina.
South Carolina, that's right.
Yeah. Is there any channels that you would like to broadcast right now, or?
Oh, geez, put me on the spot. I am all cold medicined out of it right now. Well, there is, and I'm going to look at my my YouTube subscriber list just because I'm... Oh, you know what? Here's another thing. On my telephone, I can only see the first 100 people that I'm subscribed to. I cannot access anybody after the P's in the alphabet. So, like, if I want to go see the Bearded Clam or, Wilderness Rocks or any of the other channels above P that I'm subscribed to, I have to, like, do a search for their channel. I can't just click on it, which is ridiculous to me. Anyway, sorry. My little rant. Let's see. Oh, gosh. I've had enough head cold medicine to tranquilize a cow, I think. Yeah, nothing is popping out at me here. All people that I've shouted out over and over and over. I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth here.
Okay, I got another question for you.
Yes.
Out of your biggest channels, let's say the ones that are in the hundreds of thousands or 50s of thousands, what is your favorite?
All right. It's actually kind of funny that you asked this. I'm going to give you two that are really big channels. One of them, Mark Scouting Free just shouted out on Pennsylvania Shane's 100 subscriber VR, and that is Really Big Monkey 1.
Yes, that was one of my favorites. I had him on my Facebook and everything for a long time, and I think
David. I mean, he is awesome. Wicked, down to earth, wicked funny, loaded with knowledge, and just some of the funny, crazy things that he did out there in the woods, and his personality. That was like my nighttime television. I started right at video 1 and watched them all in a row. Like every night when it was bedtime, that's what I would watch for my before bed television or whatever. So Really Big Monkey 1, David Pearson, Fun in the Woods with David Pearson. But the other one I want to shout out, which is another pretty big channel, I think he's getting pretty dang close to 40,000, is Bushcraft Bartons. And Mike and Josie, they're in Canada, and they're only, I don't know, they're not that many hours north of where I am, but their channel is just loaded with awesome bushcraft knowledge, and it's real laid back, and it's really cool and easygoing, and they're just super nice people.
The Bartons?
Very skilled.
Are you talking about the Bartons?
Yes, Bushcraft Bartons.
Yeah.
They are terrific. Those two channels right there I've watched for years now, and they're definitely worth checking out. I mean, I'm a big fan of Intense Angler and some of the other really big channels, but those two definitely are amongst my favorites.
Well, I got a couple channels that are big that I liked forever, and the first one is called Matty the Goose.
Matty the Goose.
And he is up in Canada, and he does these long trips, and it's like he does some cooking stuff, some pack food, and a little bit of how-to stuff, but he's got like these solo trips that are like 8 episodes, and it's just like it's like
nice.
a TV series, and he goes out, and his dog Maddie is like a Springer Spaniel, and he calls her Goose, and they go. She's got a life vest and everything. They go out up in Canada on these Algonquin and all that, and they'll like camp here, and it'll be like an 8-day thing, you know, like, and he shows how he dehydrates his food and packs it and everything.
Nice.
But and another one is Babelfish 5, and
What is it?
Babelfish 5.
Babelfish 5.
And he's a cook, and all his videos are how to like make your own food and then dehydrate it and how to rehydrate it. So if you wanted to make a lasagna and pack it, he shows how to make it, dehydrate it, and rehydrate it and everything. And I've used some of his recipes, and it's just awesome how he shows you how to do stuff. It's like really great, and it's really
Nice.
great. It's really great prepper food too, because if you think about it, a lot of backpackers and everything that have these dehydrated foods, it's the same thing that preppers do. I mean, they put stuff off for long storage, and
Yep.
them were my two. Mr. Scooty commented, "That's weird seeing you two chatting. Ha ha ha. Give us a wave." He says, "Give us a wave." Yeah, Mr. Scooty, how you doing? Your package should be on its way. I expect an unboxing.
Yeah, Scott is a wicked cool guy.
Yeah.
I actually just made a purchase from Mr. Scooty 1968, and I cannot wait until that arrives. I'm stoked.
Randy says, Daryl, it says I need an invite. I sent out so many invites, and that's the problem I had when I chatted before, is they sent the invites, and you know, I never see them. I'm new learning this, so give me time, give me time.
Yeah. And my computer is just making a dinging sound, but
Oh, I sent off an invite, I think.
oh.
Oh.
Hey, have you ever hammock camped? I know we're getting towards the end of our chat here. This could be kind of a deep subject, but
I wanted to, but when I looked into them, I mean, you can go get the Walmart one for not that much, but some of the ones I wanted was a war bonnet, and it was like a hammock tent.
yep.
And it had a foot thing, so like a foot pouch. So instead of sleeping like curved in a hammock, you could put your feet and sleep sideways in the hammock, and you could sleep a little bit flatter. But they were just like so expensive, and I say I want this and I want that for this, that, and the other thing, and then when it comes down to reality, I spend my money on my fishing poles and my guns and tree stands and stuff like that. So
just watching the all the bushcraft show videos, especially Camp Scooty, and just a lot of UK bushcrafters use the hammocks, and they have this brand called the Hornet, which I've never seen it over here. I'm sure you could order one. And then Wilderness Rocks, we had a little back and forth, and he recommended the Hennessy Hammocks, and I've gone online and checked those out, and they look awesome too. But I mean, they are quite an investment. And it's like I wish I could borrow someone's hammock so I could do an overnighter and see what I thought of it before I laid out, $150, $200 on a good quality hammock, But I think I'm going to go that road, just to try it. What the hell? So many people do it and it just looks so easy to set up too. Like that setup I did in that last video, the wild camp video. I mean, that bed was so comfortable, but I mean, it probably took me about 40 minutes to hack all the wood up and lash it all together and set the whole thing up. 40 minutes of like intense labor, opposed to you watch these guys string up their hammocks in 10 minutes and they're done. And it's like, I want that.
Yeah, I do. I do too, man. But they're so expensive. They really are. And you know what? These places like Hennessy and Warbonnet, they should have like trial. You know, when they say, "Hey, we'll send you this product here for 30 days, and if you don't like it, return it for a trial period." They should have like a borrower hammock that they'll send out, and they'll be like, "Try this out for 30 days. If you don't like it, send it back." You know, we'll send you a brand new one. But
As
see,
long as I don't get the one that you had, that you just had.
there you go, there you go, because it will smell like whiskey.
That's right.
And whatever chili or beans that I decided to eat that night.
Yep.
My thing is, I'm always going out with Gage and stuff, and so everything that I pack and do when I go out is double person. So
Yep.
he's my camp buddy. We go and do everything. You know, I'm not big into movies and everything, but he was like, "Dad, let's go see this movie last week." And then we went and saw it. And it was pretty good. And then he said, "Dad, let's go see this movie." We do it. But then
Yep.
he likes to do his camping and overnights too. So
Yeah, that's terrific. I mean, I've gotten Aiden out in the tent a bunch of times, and then my parents and my sister and brother-in-law have, those big, huge campers with the air conditioning and satellite TV and full kitchens and all that crap. So, like, we'll go and pitch our tents at their campsite, and Aiden just loves it. So I'm looking forward to doing some more like more wild camping type stuff. Excuse me.
and then once he gets older, how old is he now?
He'll be 6 in about a month and a half. So he's still a peanut.
Yeah, once he gets to be about, he get up there 9, 10 years old, man, he'll be an asset. I mean, instead of just taking your son out there, he'll be actually like your comrade.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait. Co-pilot.
Yep, and you'll be like, "I'm gonna go get this. You start a fire, or why don't you boil some water, and I'm gonna do this, or vice versa." And that's when it becomes like awesome. Like out there, it's just like then it's nonstop. It's uphill from there, or downhill.
Yeah.
I should say. One too many of the
Them there.
them there bush bears. Have you ever went over to Jammy Time?
I haven't, and I can't believe I haven't because I've watched a bunch of videos, and is it Michelle Just Playing?
Yeah, I think.
And then and Dish Bronson, and there's just all those gals and people that partake in that are just so cool. But I haven't yet.
Sorry, guys, we're checking our phones here.
Yeah.
That's
got
what you do.
People are sending us messages.
I got somebody's following me on Google Plus, and the language is not from here. It's like, okay, someone it doesn't even say. It's just in a I don't know, in a weird language. So.
Maybe he's commenting on your deer antler hat.
Oh, is that what it looks like? Oh yeah, there we go. Here you go. Wait. All right, hold on. I'm talking.
Yeah, that's perfect.
There you go.
Yeah, it's lined right up.
I was always outdoorsman. I'd hunting and fishing and camping and everything, and I really wasn't into the bushcraft and all this other stuff. So like the ferrule rod is fairly new for me. It's a new thing that I got into. We always had like in the Boy Scouts we always had the matches that we dipped in wax and made these like
Yep.
newspaper fire starters with the matches, and you always had a lighter or matches on you. That was the thing. But it's fun watching these videos of these people.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I mean, I had a Doan's bar, the magnesium bar with the ferro rod kind of glued to the side of it. I actually had several of them growing up, and boy, I'll tell you what, I tried and tried and tried and tried and tried for a very long time to learn how to make that thing make a fire, and I finally got it now. It's kind of funny. I got really good at it. Now I never even use them anymore, and they're like, it's like guaranteed fire because you got your tinder and your ignition source right in one package. It's almost like cheating.
But what I found with a ferro rod is you can do the same thing. You can scrape that ferro rod for a few minutes and get a pile of that ferro rod stuff, and then when you strike it, man, it goes right the hell up.
Yeah, it definitely has magnesium in it. And in my neck of the woods too. Actually, I was just watching a Greer Wolf video earlier where he was boiling water in a plastic bottle, and he says in the video, you guys that have fat wood and birch bark don't know how lucky you are. I mean, he's out in Kansas and he doesn't have those materials that grow there naturally that have those volatile oils in them. And like in Maine, like I cannot even fathom not being able to start a fire because like between birch bark and the fact that like 90% of Maine is covered with pine trees, you have so much fire starting material at your right in your hands. It's incredible, and it's like I never even really thought of it that way. You go to other places like you said where you're at, there's no birch trees, and I thought that was crazy because I thought Michigan was loaded with birch trees.
Well, I mean, it is. You go up. It's like you were saying in your video how the northern part of Maine is a different world than the southern part.
Yep.
And that's the way it is. I mean, around here, there's a bunch of pine trees, but they ain't everywhere. And you go, 2-3 hours north of here, and then you start getting into pine tree everywhere. And the farther you go north, the more pine trees you have until you get like in the Upper Peninsula and everything. And that the UP of Michigan is just like a totally different state compared down here.
That's what I've heard. That Upper Peninsula is like just hardcore forest.
Yep, they got everything. They got like elk and all sorts of crazy. We got the turkeys down here. When I was a kid, we didn't have turkeys down here, but now turkeys run rampant everywhere. And they're like the vacuum cleaners of the woods. They'll go through in these flocks and they'll eat everything that they'll pick up cigarette butts, bubble gum, everything. They'll clean out like I used to go about halfway up the state to these nurseries and pick up these trees for like landscaping and stuff, and they beg people to come shoot them turkeys because the turkeys will move in and eat all the buds off the new growth in the spring.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of these like nursery trees and everything, and they just destroy everything. But I'm not a big turkey hunter. I think the wild turkey that I've had is nothing like what you buy in the store. So
No.
I figure if I'm not going to eat it, I might as well not kill it.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna try my hand at hunting this year. Get into it. I look at it this way. It's a built-in excuse during the month of November for me to go out in the woods every weekend. Tell the wife, look, I paid for the deer permit, and I don't want that money to go to waste.
So. Yeah,
That's my angle.
Did you say you got a GoPro?
Yes, I did.
Oh man, there's your deer hunting videos right there.
Yep. So far, I really like it, and I was blown away because I had talked about getting a new camera for a while, and you know, they don't give those things away. But my wife pulled some strings, and we just did it as a combination anniversary / Father's Day gift. And I'll tell you what, it shoots. It's so small, and it shoots really cool video. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed the increase in the quality of the videos that I've shot recently, but you know, it definitely shoots a much nicer video.
Does it have a screen on the back where you can view what you're focusing at and everything?
No, you can buy one, and I'm probably going to buy one. But what you can also do is it will talk to your cell phone wirelessly, so you can see on your cell phone screen what you're shooting, and you have the controls of the camera right on your cell phone screen.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah, so,
Badass.
but it is kind of a pain in the neck to have both the phone and the camera going, so I probably will get the little screen that you can plug onto the back of it. It just uses more battery power, but batteries for the GoPro are only $20. So if you bought a couple extra batteries, then you know you're good to go. So it's been an experience. You know, one thing I have to say though, you know, as far as the GoPro is concerned, like you watch all these crazy action movies like jumping out of planes and snowboarders, and I thought about taking it up to the mountain this coming year, and you know, crazy whitewater rafting and all that. And I realized I don't do any of that crap. It's like I just walk through the woods and like look at trees and you know, be a goofball. So I got a super high action camera for filming my goofiness in the woods.
But it's like waterproof and shockproof and.
Oh yeah, I call it Chris proof because I am terrible with you know, beating on my technological stuff. You know, I don't know how many cell phones I went through before I started putting otter boxes on all my cell phones, but yeah, it's a beast. It shoots really good film, and you know, the one that I got came with a wireless remote, so you can, you know, set it up and start it from, you know, from a distance and all that, so you don't have to like push the play button and then run over to wherever you were. You know, so that's kind of cool. And controlling it with your phone, it's pretty cool.
Let's see here. Let me try something here. Let's see here.
He's gonna kick me off, folks. I'm babbling too much.
No. Texas Jedi said that he made it, so I'm gonna send him an invite. See if he can get on here. You know what? They might be sitting at a the other scheduled one.
You know, I couldn't find that other scheduled invite in my inbox. It's like it disappeared or something.
It come up with some red title saying something wasn't. You got to go to your settings, and then it said I wasn't allowed to. So I was like, you know, this on this just start another one. So I'm sure if you go to Google Plus, you can find this. How would you find it? By an invite?
Yeah, it was right in my Google Plus, and it said, you know, 39 Camper has invited you to join whatever. And all I did was click and off to the races.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. Well,
all right.
What's up? Damn, you did all that in this time?
One spoon. Well, I still need to take a little material off down here, but don't tell Stan.
Do you ever do the burning where you put the coal in the wood and let the ember do all the work for you?
I have tried. I've never tried that on a spoon, but very recently I was out at base camp because I'm doing this like Pathfinder training thing that I got. It's like an at-home training thing through the Pathfinder school, and one of the lessons is to learn how to burn out a bowl. So I have been working on it. It's not done yet. I'll tell you what. I mean, it takes a long time to burn the hole, but like right now, this thumb is on fire from like pushing the knife, and you know, that coal does all the work for you. It's pretty slick.
Well, I think this has been a really good experimental video and everything. I enjoy chatting, you know. I think me and you kind of grew up in our YouTube uh, at the same time. Because me and you kind of
Yep.
just like, did this, and so we've been friends since we really started making YouTube videos and not just posting slideshows on YouTube, you know.
Right.
I
No,
think I think maybe Stan and Piper Outdoors were the same way. I think they kind of just blossomed with each other, you know.
yeah, for sure. I mean, there's definitely a group of people in the community that you know, it's just like those names that you, at least in my, whatever it's called, my feed, those names that keep popping up, you know, and it's like all the like-minded people are all in the same little world. I don't know, it's cool. I love it. I've definitely had a good time tonight, Daryl. I mean, I'm sorry that I'm like all cold medicine out of it and like blowing my nose here. I gotta blow my nose again, but hopefully next time if we do a chat, we'll have a few other people.
Well, I want to get this down to you know, I can actually, you know, I tried to send out a few invites and everything, and maybe I'm just doing something wrong. And then when I scheduled the event, I couldn't get onto the event, and that kind of sucked. And so I'm going to have to do some more research and figure this out so we can get more people on here and just like-minded people and just like do the same thing, you know, hang
Yeah.
out.
Well, that's the thing. I can see that if you know, like Pennsylvania Shane and Doug and Stan and like Texas Jedi, and, you know, if you had General Banner, if you had all those guys in the same room, oh man, that's like a whole lot of YouTube uh, coolness factor. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, all in one place at the same time. You know, a lot of the UK bushcrafters too. I know that, you know, the time difference um, must be huge. Like, I don't know how Mr. Scooty even saw us on there unless it's like first thing in the morning or something.
Yeah, yeah. It's great. It's so much fun. I mean, today was like a big mind blow for me. I got 2 packages in the mail. I got one of my buddies from North Carolina stopped by, and he was like, "Hey, I think you. Let me show you here real quick. Hold on."
Yeah, sure.
Now I've been telling them this is the new EDC thing. I've been telling them I wanted a P38. You ever seen
Yeah.
the P38?
Oh yeah.
That is definitely a keychain EDC for me, definitely. And then this is patented. The guy that makes it, uh, his dad owns a army surplus store, and he made these things, and they come out like, let's see here. It's like this, okay? And these are,
Yeah.
this is your snap for your paracord bracelet, but it's a light.
Nice.
Yeah. So he picked me one up. It's called Knology. That's the name of the business is Knology, but
Yeah, well, that's very cool.
I'm gonna make a double paracord bracelet out of it because I like to. Something like this needs like a wider.
Yeah, a nice, thick, chunky one.
Yeah.
I've only made a few paracord bracelets. I'm more of a whittling type of guy.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop the broadcasting right now, and you should still be on. Okay.
Okay.
If not, it's been a great chat and everything, and it's perfect Saturday night stuff. You know.
Absolutely, dude. I appreciate you inviting me, and had a great time.
So I'm going to stop the broadcast now. Thank everybody for watching. If you do watch, if not, I'm going to send Dutch Knife Guy a message, tell him to watch this. There's a special purpose for it.
Yeah.
But we'll get it all straightened around. So, all right, guys, we'll see you later. You want to say any last words?
No, just rock on, YouTube. We'll see you on the trail.